A dynamic storm system is forecast to bring significant impacts to the southeastern United States this weekend. Heavy rain and flash flooding will be possible as it slides through the region over the next few days. Warm air and instability to the south will also bring severe weather to the Florida Peninsula on Saturday. Even though there has been a lot of talk about snow in the south, the lack of cold air will confine the majority of the snow to the mountainous terrain. For those who live in the lower elevations, there is still a potential for at least a brief burst of snow, and I will explain why later in the video. If you do enjoy the following video, I will ask that you subscribe to this YouTube channel for more updates. Let's begin with the timing of this storm. A frontal boundary is currently located over the south, which is bringing heavy rain and strong thunderstorms. If we take a look farther west, we see another piece of energy around the Arklatex. This is an upper level low, which will collide with this frontal boundary overnight Friday into Saturday. As that happens, a low pressure system will form over the Gulf states. The center of low pressure will then start strengthening as it heads to the east. As this happens, cold air will be pulled down from the upper levels of the atmosphere, possibly leading to isolated bursts of snowfall in some areas. On Sunday, the area of low pressure will move into Georgia and the Carolinas, with widespread heavy rain and snow in the higher elevations. The best chance for snow outside of the mountains will be Sunday afternoon, as it pulls northeastward. We won't be seeing a widespread snowfall event because it simply won't be cold enough. Widespread temperatures in the mid to upper 30s will really make it difficult for wintry precipitation to reach the surface. The only reason why we have at least a chance at seeing some isolated snow showers is because the upper level low is bringing its own cold air, which could translate to the surface as the low pressure strengthens. These upper level lows are very difficult to forecast, so it's hard to say what areas outside the mountains will get snow. I would say that anywhere within this area that I have outlined has at least a chance at seeing a brief burst of snow on Sunday afternoon. It will likely not accumulate, other than a dusting on elevated surfaces if the snow is heavy enough. If you are looking for a significant snowstorm, the best place to be is the higher elevations. Taking a look at this map, you can quickly see how elevation can make a difference. The mountainous terrain in northern Georgia up into parts of the Virginias have the best chance for accumulating snow. A dusting to an inch or two may also occur in eastern Kentucky and the Cumberland Plateau. Regarding snow for places like Atlanta, Georgia, Greenville, South Carolina, or Charlotte, North Carolina, it's very unpredictable. The most likely scenario for those areas is mostly a rain event, with a possible switchover to some snow on Sunday afternoon. Because of the marginally cold temperatures, any snow that does make it to the ground will likely not be able to accumulate. Snow is not the only threat this system is bringing. Very heavy rainfall for multiple days is being forecast for a lot of the southeast, especially for parts of northern Florida, much of Georgia, and the Carolinas. All of this rain will pose a flash flooding risk, which begins on Friday. A marginal risk of excessive rain is in place for parts of southeast Alabama, northern Florida, southern Georgia, and southern South Carolina. A locally higher threat of flooding does exist for parts of the Florida Panhandle. The excessive rainfall threat will expand on Saturday, as that heavy rain really spreads across the area. The main area of concern for flooding appears most likely from the Florida Panhandle up into southern and central portions of South Carolina. By Sunday, most of the moisture will move into the mid-Atlantic. This will cause at least a small risk of flooding for southeast Virginia and northeast North Carolina. Severe storms are expected to develop on Saturday, and impact parts of Florida. A marginal risk includes far southern areas of Georgia and some of the northern Florida peninsula. A slight risk includes parts of northern Florida. The primary risk is damaging winds, but a few tornadoes are also being forecasted. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this update, please do consider subscribing to the channel for more updates on the weather.